I know why it's too low. Is it good now? Okay, good. It's good that you're here because you missed out on the iPad last time. That's right. Hello, Mod. I gave the entire chat an iPad. So, go right into it. There's the iPad. I gave the whole community an iPad. Full of ketchup stains and like oily fingers and stuff. That's perfect. Welcome to today's stream. Again, sorry about that. It just took a while to like cook things, but we're good then. I got a lot of food in me. I had a bunch of fiber, so my body is feeling kind of nasty, but I kind of needed the fiber because I've been having some watery shits. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you need to do some things. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just has to happen. Okay. But welcome. We're gonna be doing some very interesting things today. And there's actually not that much to talk about. Again, sometimes there's just no topics to talk about. Sometimes there's just like very little to do and very little to like see, and sometimes like life is kind of boring, but that's kind of what you want, right? Like you want life to be boring, and you want life to have nothing really going for it, and you just want to. Sometimes you just want to have a chill time where nothing's going wild, which is like nice to see. I've been sort of deep in the weeds with like doing stuff, so like programming stuff or just making stuff in like general for work stuff. Although I do have some weird, interesting stories about the job search. The job market in Canada for like everything is like kind of bad, right? Well, really bad at the moment. But also, it depends on the industry as well. But specifically in like tech, I keep finding these like places that are very, very into the idea of like you have to have a portfolio, which is weird to me. I always find that weird, especially for like a developer. It's like, well, I can't really show you like 99% of what I work on. It's all under NDA, and like you can't. Like nobody's gonna be like, okay, well, like it's fine for you to show it and break your NDA because you're doing it for like a job, right? Like this, and I can't go and like copy the code and like sanitize it from like content in order to have something to like show, right? So I end up in this like weird sort of like limbo state where it's like I have nothing to show, and they just have to trust me. But also, they just won't do the thing. Like, I know this is wild to say. I want them to do the handshake, right? I want them to do that handshake where they. Where they like test me on things. Like I want them to like ask me, okay, well, do you know how to do like FizzBuzz? Because at least it would skip like 99% of this. But it's like, shit, we can't do it, can we? You know what I mean? Like they just don't want to. So it's a bit fascinating there. However, that's like boring life stuff, right? Like life stuff is always boring. Sometimes it'd be fun to have like cool, interesting, I guess like world stuff. But other than the doctor disrespecting, there doesn't really be anything else that's like earth-shattering or like just very interestingly fun. However, in terms of games, there's a lot of things happening in the game space. But I'll talk about that in a moment because the ads are gonna kick in like right now. So bye non-subs. It was nice knowing you all. Subs, again, the emotes will take time. Sorry about that. I just got busy yesterday doing some like work stuff, as I said. You will be getting a lot more emotes tonight. Because I'm finally caught up on like all the editing stuff too, so like I'm just waiting to release them and like upload them, which is nice for the shorts and like stuff, which is hopefully gonna drive traffic to the second channel, which should then hopefully get it to a point where it can self-sustain itself in terms of the effort that I put into it, which is nice. I don't really care about the stream in terms of like self-sustaining it, just because like, you know, again, I'm trying to convert your eyes into money, but it's a good enough format. As well, I figured out some new fun things for you guys to have as a subscriber special, but it's gonna take me like 2 weeks to get it all done, so just be aware that my 2 weeks is like closer to like a couple months for most people. So if you know that, then I think you're gonna be okay with that. But if you don't know that, well, now you know, right? So it's gonna be interesting to sort of see how it goes. I don't know how long it'll take, but I do know that once I'm done, it'll be nice for all of you. I think it's just gonna take a while, so just bear with me. That's the way it is. But when it is done, I think you'll enjoy it. Just when it is done, you can't show normal non-subs. A, because I'm gonna get in trouble. B, because like I'm just gonna get in like trouble, right? It's nothing bad, but it's just copyright law is a very interesting set of things, and I don't know how it pertains to monetizing things that aren't necessarily yours. But it's something that I wanted to do for a while that I think would be fun for all of you, at least for the audience that I have. It's just unfortunate that that thing that I want to do that's fun for the audience as I think it is also not necessarily something that I guess the world appreciates in terms of like the money and like stuff. Like it makes sense why, but that's the reason why it's gonna be like kind of like locked down, right? So just be aware that if you see it, you're going to have to realize that you can't just like pop it out of nowhere, and you can't just like show people it. And again, it's not bad or anything. It's just the reality that even playing games already kind of skirts the legal boundaries, and so it's like I don't even know what happens when you go beyond like say games or something, right? And like that's already like a very interesting, I guess, like catch-22 of what happens when you go into like say making content based on another type of content that's not games, because games alone, I mean games already are kind of like they just ignore the fact that it's happening. But it doesn't mean that they necessarily want you to do it. They just kind of like do it, right? Or sorry, they just kind of let you do it, which is, you know, a very different thing to like deal with. So we're gonna see how it goes. I have no clue how it's going to go, but yeah, we're gonna see if it works. But just know that it'll be fun for you. I think, especially for this audience, I think you'll enjoy what we're working with here. Just know that it's gonna be strange when you see it, just because like it's very different from like I guess my normal content, but it is gonna be nice on some level. I think on some level. Also, to the not the non-subs are back. There's something interesting here. So we were just talking about what subscribers get as a benefit, and as well as a cool new benefit coming up soon. Like it's gonna be more passive like content stuff, but it'll be fun. There's also the Steam Summer Sale. So, you know, every single year they have this. I mean, every single year you have summer. That's a very stupid statement for me. I don't know why I said that. That was dumb. Every year there's summer. It may surprise you that seasons flow and flowers grow and things always kind of like happen. I have a giant list of games that I've been trying to figure out how to show or like share, but we just haven't had like time to like do it. So instead, I'm just going to give you the games and I'm just going to like link them to you. And then you're just going to have to deal with this giant, like, spreadsheet. So I'm going to drop this inside of the Discord, like, right now. And if you want to see what these games are, you got to go to the Discord. Otherwise, you don't get to see the giant CSV. Most of the games, I think, on here are on sale in the summer sale. At least the ones that are out. The ones that aren't, I mean, you know why they aren't. You know what I mean? Like, going. But it should be there on some level. And there's also a bunch of other games I haven't added to this list because I have them in a separate list somewhere. It's in the middle of, like, a migration, so... But there's a lot of good hits right now on the Steam Summer Sale. Especially games that I didn't really expect to be on there. Like Elden Ring, I just didn't expect that game to go on sale, ever. But there's also, like, you know, the smaller ones that I'm always sort of, like, talking about. That indie game, I guess, like, fabric of, like, games that are showing up there. Which is nice. It's nice to see. The problem with the Steam store that I hate a lot, though, is that the way that they show the Steam store games... They recommend you things that tend to go towards the most popular thing out there. And it makes sense because like people will enjoy the most popular thing. But I think we've very much established what I like on this channel. And it usually often isn't the most popular thing. Like if you tell me to play Fortnite, I would rather take a nap. I'd rather take a nap. Or I would rather, you know, I'd rather do anything than play Fortnite. Which is like, you know, interesting to see, but it's also like, oh man, you know what I mean? Now, there's a bunch of games on this list that are also not safe for work. So just be warned. I just have this list as like a general, like, what the fuck are these kind of thing. I got rid of the notes as well, because like most of the notes are actually like broken. I don't know why. But the Obsidian thing that I'm using, the like table, just doesn't really like it. And I had to figure out like a good way to re-import all of them in the right format, which is annoying. But this is sort of like the process of doing that. So I'm just filling up like a secondary spreadsheet. I hate spreadsheets. But when it does happen, it'll be good. But hopefully you'll enjoy this list of games. I don't know which ones are actually released on this list either. It used to have like a little like a texted date of like when the game would be released. But I think when I imported it in, it like died. So who really knows, right? But I think you'll all enjoy what this is. Also, there's a lot of hentai games that are now going on sale. Wow, Steam is like... It feels like Steam is like 99% hentai games now. There's a lot of them. And they're getting like higher and higher quality, but also like it's crazy to me that they're all coming, that they're getting so popular. It like to the point where if you have the setting on, they basically dominate the entire best sellings list. And I'm like my brother in Christ. You can just go to a website for like free, and I don't know if you need this, but sure, I guess. What the fuck, yeah, guys? There's The Spy X Family game coming up. It's weird. Follow the meaning. What the? Sorry. Anyways, I'll just post this inside the Discord chat. Good luck parsing this entire thing, because I don't want to parse it myself. Listen. And this is also like an incomplete list. There's another, like, I want to say like 300 games just elsewhere. It's just one hell of a giant bundled ball of mess that I'm trying to figure out how to like clean. I just hate the fact that like when you import like a CSV into certain tools, because a CSV is so freeform, and because these tools have to work within the limitations of like other tools, when it breaks hard, and it doesn't know how to recover from it, which is like annoying. So we'll figure out how it goes. Games list contains not safe for work titles. Be warned. Most are on sale in the summer sale. Games list I keep track of. What's like a good thing? Games list that I keep track of. Most games are on sale in the summer sale. Is also not formatted at all since it's a CSV dump of a database. Of a SQLite database. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I kind of figured this file would be, like, messed up. I mean, CSV is not a good format, actually. CSV, comma-separated values, is stupid. I always wonder why they have it, but you know what? It's fine. But that list should tide most of you over. At least if you were looking for things that I look into and that I look towards, at least within the future or recently, that have come out, that I've personally been like, oh yeah, this looks up my alley. I assume that if you are here to play, to watch me play games, that you also, on some level, also enjoy what I play as well. So, but boy oh boy, is there a lot of games. Jeez Louise. And I really, really hate the, oh man, the ordering. There's something about the Steam summer sale. I can't show you my Steam page, again, because of the thing, but I feel like there should be an easier way to show you games. Like, you have to scroll so far down until you finally get to the bottom where, like, you like, reach that part where you can tell it what you're looking for. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. The hell is this? What's this mobile game? And it's annoying because it's like, I don't want to scroll to the very bottom, wait for Steam to load, like, multiple pages, and then finally go through and be able to, like, see stuff. I kind of just want to go to the very, very bottom, and then eventually... Like, I kind of just want to sort by my games immediately within the sale. But there's no way to, like, do so very easily. Just, like, frustrating. At best. Annoying at worst. Oh god. Oh god. It's still giving me a bunch of recommendations. Okay, it's still giving me, like, a crap ton of recommendations. Because I recently played Until Then, it recommended Sisters: The Last Days of Summer. This is a hentai visual novel. I feel so sorry for the Until Then devs, where they're like, oh no, our game is being lumped in with this thing. Oh man, that's funny. Can you imagine people who like play hentai games and they get Until Then as like a recommendation? It's like, I don't know if that's what the game is, but sure. And you have like, you know, the other games like Fear and Hunger and like stuff. God, Jesus Christ, how do you like go through, how do you get the list to show you games? Like, I don't care about category. I don't want a category. I just want the whole list of games in like a shorter, smaller list. I don't get how Steam orders this stuff, and now it's stuck loading. Now it's stuck loading. That's annoying. That's like frustrating. Very, very frustrating. You would think they would eventually get to the point where it's like, okay, maybe our website can load faster, or maybe we should think about building stuff up and like making this thing work. But oh well. It's annoying. Anyways, we're gonna be doing some interesting things today. Stay signed out. Yeah, voice. What? Stay signed out. Yeah, voice. What we're gonna be doing is not just Until Then, because as much as I enjoy that game, I kind of want to go through a little bit of a pacing change. There's gonna be something fun that we're gonna be doing today, which is going to involve all of you. It's a game called Kenshi, which you all might remember. Used to play a lot of, actually, because I was addicted to that game. Two things happened though. One, lost my save. I have no clue what happened. It's all gone. Two, I got a bunch of mods. So I found a giant mod pack, which is apparently really, really good, and had not safe for work mods, so I had to remove immediately. And it's really, really good because A, the game runs a lot faster now. Like a lot faster. It's significantly better. And B, there's a lot more, I guess, interesting things that we can do with it in terms of like making the towns feel more alive. And so the game feels a lot more bustling when you get to like a large town. Like the game really, it's actually starting to lag, not because the game itself is like a poor optimization. It's starting to lag because there's too much simulation going on, which is interesting now. But I really enjoyed that because it's going to be fun to play. Last time we played Kenshi, we made chat members be in my party. We started a business, and we got into a war with a bunch of bandits. I heard that with yawning means that you need oxygen or something. I don't know. I trust people online with like information. So we're gonna see how this game goes because now that we lost a save, we basically can start from a clean slate, and we know things now, right? Like we have knowledge now. We know that we can buy a storefront, and we know that we can like build like a small group, and we know how to make money now by selling things in town. But I think it's time to strike out on our own from the very beginning. I think it's time to make a name for ourselves out in the wilds and see how far we can possibly get. And it's interesting too because like now the squad sizes can be like basically infinite, up to like 2,000, which I won't do, but it'd be fun to see how far it goes. But it's gonna be fun, very fun. Of course, as always, just be warned, Kenshi is a very weird, like buggy, crashy game, and so like every now and then the stream may die, and also because you're gonna be in the game. Don't feel bad if you die. It just means that you're dead forever. At some point, we'll just leave the randomly generated names on, right? The longer it goes, the more we risk all of your lives, right? That's kind of the fun of these games. It's my job to keep the chat alive, and it's your job to try to avoid my attention when we play it. Then we'll play some more until then, but we're not going to go right into it. And actually, there is one thing that I did want to talk about. You guys ever notice, like, there's a certain phenomenon now. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but if you go on TikTok, right? There's a lot of TikToks that tell you things, that teach you things. Nobody verifies any of this. Nobody verifies any of these like TikToks and like what they're saying. You could be listening to somebody who is absolutely no qualifications for what they're saying, that has done no research, and they're just spouting things in the hopes that you believe them in order for you to just do some stupid thing, right? Like somebody could tell you that no, the Greek Empire is. I always make the joke that like Canada is a part of the British Empire, but we're just a part of the Commonwealth, which is like not even the same thing. You know what I mean? Like it's so far apart. But I realize that some people actually take that seriously. I think some people would actually take my words seriously, as with other people online. And there's a whole new crop of influencers, which I'm getting afraid of, because they're not the professionals that happen to do streaming as a way to reach a smaller audience, right? I think of like Dr. K, or I think of like animal sanctuaries and like stuff, where they do streaming as a way to connect with like younger demographics that normally wouldn't engage with this content, right? Because anything involving social welfare stuff, it's very hard to get anybody under the age of like 30 to do something about it, to actually like put effort towards it. Because the reality of it is that most people just want to hang out, play games, and make money, right? The very vocal minority online that says you should do something, they very, very often are just talking the talk. Nobody actually wants to go through the trouble of becoming like a doctor to like do stuff. So it's fascinating to sort of see. As well, there's also like a certain demographic where it's like, even if they did want to do something, they just don't know about it, right? I get like, if you ask most people, do you know about a charity? Most people are going to tell you no, right? We don't even know most charities like here in like Toronto. The most that my wife and I know about is like the Sick Kids Hospital, and my wife donates like $20 every month or something. And I donate too, but that's a whole different matter. And it's interesting to sort of see, right? Because it's like this whole thing of like, okay, besides that, what do you know about, right? You might know Mount Sinai. Is it Mount Sinai? Yeah, the Mount Sinai Hospital. You might know like a bunch of like other smaller things. You might know that we have like headquarters for some different charities and like stuff too. But like beyond that, what do you have, right? It's very fascinating to sort of see how hard it is to find various charities for things. Obviously, there's a certain demographic where it's like, okay, well, you need money to spend on it, but still, it's just finding information about these things existing is very hard. Because if you search, how can I help those with cancer, you get the Red Cross. And if you don't know any better, not the Red Cross, the Komen G Foundation, right? If you don't know any better, the Komen G Foundation is like, a sham. But how do you get this information without spending hours like researching? It's very hard, right? And so it's nice when you see people in various, I guess, like industries that are very not in tune with like certain demographics, like try their best to connect with them because it's very important. And I don't mean demographics from like a racial makeup. I mean specifically from like an age bracket plus like, you know, I guess like whatchamacallit? What's that term? Age bracket as well as like a financial bracket of like, okay, well, this is what you can do to help if you want to help, and you know, these are the causes that believe in this stuff. Beyond that, you have a new crop of TikTok influencer which is popping up, which I'm kind of afraid of because you see them pop up and they say the darndest things, right? They're equivalent to the people who tell you on Facebook to pee into your eyeballs, which I don't know if you know this. Here, there's like a. Here we go. This one. Here we go. This image is actually the best image ever for this thing because I feel like this is it. Pee in my eyes. But it reminds me of this. It's the idea that people believe that, you know, doing some stupid thing is going to make it doable. And the problem is that it sounds just as believable as the very, very well-researched thing. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? For instance, the pee in your eyes thing, chat. Hey, you guys came at a weird time. All of you came at a weird time. I'm talking about TikTok influencers. And I just want to let you all know this is a very topical topic because of what you're going to see, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen this image, but somebody, like, on Facebook, there's a whole group. It's still there. There's still a group on Facebook that is determined to get people to pee in their eyeballs. And I don't know why. It's called urine therapy, okay? And I think because I Googled it for fun, on TikTok, I've been getting videos about urine therapy. And they make it sound so real, and they throw in, like, fake research to make it sound, like, real. And it's like, if you don't know any better, you're going to believe this, and you're going to put pee in your eyeballs. But it's like, this isn't going to work, you know what I mean? Yeah, someone misheard urine therapy. That's so good. Urine therapy. Urine therapy? Got it. Discharge large amounts of pus? Yep, it's bad. But there is this growing, I guess, like, segment of, like, I guess, like, online social influencers who are very much about spreading misinformation that they don't know is misinformation. They believe that it's true. It's a bit like Gwyneth Paltrow's, like, you know, pussy candles, right? It's a bit like that. You just don't know what you're going to see. And it's kind of terrifying to think about because, like, guys, the youngins use TikTok a lot. My niece loves TikTok. Is this like a bone smashing type deal? What's a bone smashing thing? What bone smashing? Dangerous bone smashing trend on TikTok. What is this? What is this? Well, I mean, now that I've seen this, probably. Oh, you don't know bone smashing? Oh boy. You know what happens when you show me something new, right? We have to watch it together. We have to watch the bone smashing together, Chad. Also, congratulations, you've reached the ketchup stain. It's so awful. There's just shit everywhere. Okay, just there we go. Okay, get that pee person out of my eyes.
You're watching the Isaac.
I know this is Fox News, but like, let's just see it.
Bone smashing. It's as wild as it sounds. It involves people literally chiseling at their faces with their fists and even blunt objects like hammers. My next guests are social media expert Karen Diamant, Dr. Donish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute, and Lush RX owner Crystal Roney Smith. They all
okay, God, Jesus, how the fuck can anybody listen? How the fuck can anybody listen to Fox News? They just don't get to the point. They're like me. What's bone smashing? Know your meme. Okay, chat. How? I guarantee you, know your meme is gonna be a better source for this like bullshit than like thing. Bone smashing to improve my facial structure.
Before bone smashing, after bone smashing, you can see my face when I realize. Before bone smashing, after bone smashing, you can see my face when I realize how bloated I got. I've been experimenting on and off with bone smashing to see if I can improve my facial structure. This is before I bone smash my chin. This is an after. Before and after. Comment if you can see.
I don't see a fucking difference. Do you see a difference?
Structure. This is before I bone smash my chin. This is an after. Before and after. Comment.
You know what's crazy? You would get the same results by doing the Zoolander look. You guys know like Zoolander? He lost his shirt in the process, I guess. Yeah, probably. Here, he would do better. He would get better results by just doing the Zoolander face, right? This is all it really is you just do the Zoolander face. And you like scrunch up your lips. I don't think who's this guy again? Ben Stiller? Is he Ben Stiller? I forget his name. I don't think this guy has ever bone smashed his face ever. And yet he looks like this. Do you know what you do, chat? So you take your mouth, you shuck all the air out until there's no air left in your cheeks, and you shuck it in, okay? Shuck it in, then you jut your chin forward like this. And you're gonna sound like this because there's no way that you can talk like this because all the pressure in your mouth is being used to hold the breath away from expanding your cheeks.
This might be the worst trend on TikTok. Young men on TikTok are basting their jawbones in hopes of carving out a more defined jawline. This trend is called bone smashing, and it's exactly how it sounds.
This is so stupid.
Smashing your cheekbones or jawbones
with
a
so
solid
dumb
object like a hammer to create tiny fractures in hopes these tiny fractures will heal back stronger and give you a perfect jawline. The hashtag bone
this is so
smashing
stupid.
has over 260 million views, and many doctors
vacuum face treatment applies vacuum cleaner to your face. Yeah, exactly.
And whoever started this trend doesn't understand how bones work, and this could lead to severe lifelong.
Guys, bones don't work like this, okay? 99% of the time, the people that you see like mean mogging you, A, filters, TikTok filters, B, it's just low body fat, right? You can't get around the fact that your bone structure looks like this unless you go for full-on surgery. And your bones, if you smash them and they grow back, you get more bone. You get an irregular looking bone. Have you ever seen like a TIE fighter's like shin? Or have you ever seen their like elbows and like stuff? Dude, it looks like cauliflower ear for your shin and your elbows. Do you know why? Because even though you have microfractures that form like bone deposits, it doesn't mean that it becomes smooth all of a sudden or it like defines a shape. No, you just have more like dense bone there for like a very small amount that fucks up your entire look. This is stupid. People do this? Breaking my finger. What is this? Breaking my finger. Ooh. Why would you do this to yourself? These people are stupid. Also, that guy that was a double joint. That was a double joint. Incel Chad. Incel Chad. We have to watch this.
Looks Max.
What did I say? I knew it. I told you. Zoolander is the inspiration.
The practice of trying to make oneself more attractive.
Is this Chad? What is this video? What is this like Chad compilation of Zoolander?
Looks maxing refers to the practice of trying to make oneself more attractive or Chad-like.
It's like a Chad video. It's like a Chad video of like it's like an alpha male like edit of like thing where we need to find like an edit of a Zoolander here. Oh no, YouTube? Okay, good. Zoolander. I guess like alpha edit. I don't know. Sigma. Oh my god, Zoolander Sigma edit. Wait.
Do you hate models, Matilda?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I think they're vain, stupid.
You know what's funny is that they also like treated the entire video so that they didn't get hit by copyright.
Incredibly self-centered.
But yeah, this is like what I saw on TikTok was exactly the same for like bone smashing. It's the same vibe.
But how do you feel about male models? Do you hate models, Matilda?
Oh, I love it so much. I love it. Yeah, this is so stupid. Why is this all like here? Why is Zoolander now the next like target for like a Sigma male edit thing? You know this guy? This guy bone smashes every day, 100%.
Where from?
I can't watch these. Chad, this is like
Practice of trying
it's
to
like
make
brain rot.
oneself more attractive or Chad-like.
Brain
It
rot.
often involves trying to alter one's jaw shape with practices like mewing, aiming to make them more square and chiseled. It isn't clear if some of these trends are even real.
This
or
is
just
so
elaborate
stupid.
Trolls spread by hoaxers on sites like 4chan and LooksMax. One trend known as bone smashing was
100%. Listen, guys, if you listen to advice on 4chan, you know 4chan used to have this like infographic going around where it's like, hey, you can grow your own crystals in your microwave, and what it made you do was make mustard gas, like you were making mustard gas in your microwave, or they would tell you how to make like moonshine just like in the prisons, and you would make mustard gas in your toilet. Like, don't believe people online. Like, this is exactly what I mean by like they make it sound so real, right? Because it sounds like there's science behind it, but it's malarkey. It doesn't mean anything. It just means something if you don't know what it means. There's also the thing that said the new iPhone update added charging via microwave. That thing too, yes, the microwave charging thing too, yeah. So many people believed it. I'm like, guys,
first referenced in an article
why?
by Vice on June 26, 2018, titled "Learn to Decode the Secret Language of the Incel Subculture." According
oh my
to
god,
the
you guys want to
article,
see incel
it
terms?
continued to be a topic of conversation on websites like 4chan and Looksmax.
Why is there a
For
cat girl
example,
dancing?
One post
on
on
4chan?
4chan included a definition and some alleged proof that the technique works,
Bone
even though this
smashing.
has not actually been supported by science. On August 17, 2018,
Okay, this person talks
YouTuber
so slow. I'm just gonna go
Tommaso
fast.
posted a video explaining the principles behind the bizarre practice in detail and offering a tutorial on how to do it, using various athletes as evidence that it works. It was viewed over 246,000 times in 4 years.
Oh
Various other
my
posts and YouTube videos about the
God.
jawline sculpting techniques surfaced in the following years, with most of them containing comments that discouraged the practice even if the initial post supported the act. The first TikTok about it was posted on July 29, 2022 by user
You know why this guy looks like this? It's because the rest of his body looks like this, right? The reason that these people want to do this, right, is that they really want to look better, and they believe that there's a magic pill to it. But looks are subjective, and looks are a cultural context. So like it follows a lot of cultural context, right? What looks good here may not look somewhere else, may not look good somewhere else. And that typical Western look of like very chiseled, very like thin, very like muscular, very strong, very like smooth looking, you only get that from a large amount of like, I guess like exercise and like dieting. Like it's 90% dieting and actually like weighing things out and making sure that you don't eat certain things. And also taking care of your, I guess like various like levers that you pull. For instance, some people might have an insulin hypersensitivity or something, right? Or like a hormonal change, right? Which would also affect us too. You can't, but like people don't want to do that. They want to go towards the easiest solution by smashing their bones without realizing that, hey, this isn't what's going to get you there. You're missing like 99% of the point.
It was watched over 700,000 times in 9 months.
This is so
the TikToker
stupid.
who popularized it was James the Bone Smasher. He shared his first video on February
James the Bone Smasher. If you aren't bone smashing for 3 hours a day with Sunshine and getting zygomatic gains, what the fuck is a zygomatic? Wait. The zygomatic bone is one of a pair of bones on each upside of the face that forms the cheek and part of the eye socket.
2023, and claims to be a legitimate user of the technique, although it's unconfirmed if the videos are real. The clips posted by James the Bone Smasher inspired
If I saw this guy, I would not listen to his advice, chat. If I
the clips posted
I don't
by
know if I would listen to this guy's. This
James
guy,
the Bone
I don't trust him.
Smasher inspired other TikTokers to create their own videos, and while some are serious, most are satirical in nature, making a
Started
meme
bone
out of concept.
smashing
However,
in
it is sometimes difficult to tell
2018
who is
every
joking around and
day.
who is seriously tell who is joking concept. However, it is sometimes difficult to tell who is joking around and who is seriously advocating for the practice. Bone smashing is often compared to mewing.
That's good with the OG bone smasher looks faster. He looks like the potion seller. Yeah, he looks like this is because like the potion seller was like a very like chiseled person, right? The potion seller was just like Zoolander on like crack. Also, yeah, it is hot, chat. It's very hot. But yeah, try it. Yeah, it's always hard to like what the potion seller's soundtrack.
Hello, potion seller. I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler. Potion seller. I tell you I'm going into battle, and I want only your strongest potions. You can't handle my potions. They're too strong for you. Potion seller, listen to me. I want only your strongest potions.
What
My
is this?
potions will kill you, traveler. You cannot handle my potions. Potion seller, enough of these games. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potions. My strongest potions will kill you, traveler. You can't handle my strongest potions. You better go to a cellar that sells weaker potions. Potion seller. I'm telling you right now.
It's so sad. It's so sad. But yeah, the potion seller is the best representation of this. It's a whole fucking meme. You know what I mean? And like that look is also unrealistic too. Like it just doesn't make any sense. You love how he tears up with laughter. That's the best part of the entire video is that he cracks instantly. By the third iteration, by his second time being the like knight, he instantly cracks. He's like, I can't handle this. Oh man. Well, I can see why you guys knew about the bone smashing, right? When you're on vacation and it's too hot to do anything, and you don't want to do anything, all you can do is you go on TikTok, right? But you end up on TikTok and you get bone smashing stuff. And you can't. This is the crazy part too, is that you can't escape this stuff. It's everywhere. It's like this really weird, shitty pseudoscience that like believes that you're actually going to like change yourself by smashing your bones in, which is like crazy to me. And it's like it feels like a meme that's gone too far for too much. And I don't like saying it, but at the same time, it's like I feel like you should know better than not to do this, just because it's like, or know better not to spread this kind of information, just because it's like there's some gullible people out there who, for better or for worse, don't know what they're getting into because they don't really have the ability to think for themselves very, very well. And so you probably shouldn't like convince them that this is true. But at the same time, it's like, if you fall for this, I kind of feel like, you know, how are you falling for this, right? This feels weird. But yeah, it's exactly like the bone smashing thing. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So thank you for showing me this. I'm very happy that you showed me this. Tell me if you find more interesting trends like bone smashing. This was a year ago? I need to find more trends. TikTok trends. The before is Henry Cavill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how they get hunter eyes naturally. First, you have to look like Henry Cavill. First, you have to look like Henry Cavill. If you don't look like Henry Cavill, then it's not gonna work. Let's see if we can find some more weird stuff. Wait, there's a whole subreddit for this stuff. You know what? There is also like that creepy. There's a bunch of like TikTok stuff that's about like fake hauntings, and it's very obviously fake. They just pretend like it's fake. What is bone smashing? What is this guy doing? What do you think that's? He's smashing his friend. Surgeon explains. What the hell is trend? Fake what hauntings? Yeah, like fake hauntings. So like here, okay. TikTok fake ghost videos. Well, like they pretend like it's actually like, you know, real, but they make it feel like it's like the whole thing where they pretend like it's real, but it's not actually real. Hey, it's scary TikTok videos. Ghosts enter from the door. Okay, but this one's a parody. This one's a parody. It's just her. Okay, well, I mean, imagine this, but like they actually put some level of like effort in, okay? My GF thinks you type fast. I do type fast with 3 fingers. Tell her I'm a 3-finger machine. Let's see, TikTok scary videos. Scary TikTok videos. Part 4.
Another away.
It's like they're trying to like, I don't know, like film like actual scary videos. Like they're trying to get to the level of like Marble Hornets, right? Like they're trying to do this, but they're failing at understanding that it has to be scary. Like it has to be good for it to be scary. Oh, actually, there's a video that I wanted to show you all. A video about a mockumentary about end of world. No, not end day. No, not doomsday. No, not. God damn it! Where is it? It was like a vlog about end of world. No, where is it? Fuck! All this trash is taking over! I miss YouTube when it was full of like actual creative people. Scary TikTok videos. Show something that looks like it's at least 4 times as old as the TikTok itself. Yeah, exactly. Damn it. Okay, well there's a good example of this that like works, right? It was like a mockumentary about what happens when like the end of the world is like here. And there's a bunch of students who were like, you know, supposedly filming their perspective on the end of the world and showing how like people, you know, went about it. Like that's like creepy. Or like Marble Hornets, where it's like creepy, right? But like this, I don't know. Like these like trends, I don't know why people do them. I feel like they're just so stupid. I don't know. It feels bad. It feels weird. It feels wrong. I don't want to be in this world anymore. In terms of like the online space, I'm gonna go towards making I'm gonna make those candy boxes. You know those like $5 candy boxes that you get from like, was it Sakura Box and like stuff? I'm gonna do that stuff now. I'm gonna go for a snack box thing. I'm not gonna stream anymore. I'm not gonna do YouTube anymore. I'm tired of being related to these people. This is like, you know what this is, chat? It's like seeing your like cousins out in, you know, bumfuck nowhere, and you realize that they're getting large, doing stupid things. You're like, I'm so ashamed to be related to them. That's what it feels like when you also do the stuff too, right? Like it's when I see a programmer doing something stupid, I can like denounce them. But in terms of like content creation, because you're all the same kind of like parasocial like parasite leash, it feels like your cousins are there and they're like mocking you in like some way. That's what it feels like. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Anyways, let's see if I can find more. Oh, actually, do you guys know about that TikTok trend about it's gonna be weird. You guys know that here girlfriend, candid girlfriend or like stuff, or like talking girlfriend, or like girlfriend ASMR stuff. Here, boyfriend ASMR. Here, boyfriend ASMR. Or get a boyfriend stuff. Get a boyfriend. Shit, where is it? I had like a whole trend of these, and they kept on showing up. Basically, it's like somebody pretending to be your boyfriend. You're not really on TikTok, no, but enlighten us. Okay, cool. Have this. What boyfriend? What's this? Boyfriend calls you and tells you you're cute, but fucking dies because of a meteor. Boyfriend calls you and tells you you're cute, but fucking dies because of a meteor. What does that mean? What does this mean? But like, this has been getting way more popular too.
Baby, I miss you so much. My cutie patootie, my angel.
When do you think he like died?
God, what the fuck is that?
Big money. Let's fucking do this.
Holy shit, chat. What is this? Holy shit. It's multiples of these, chat. There are multiples of these. I love the slow kick into me. Like, what the fuck is that?
Sweet summer. God, what the fuck is that?
Money we're gonna make if I win.
Boyfriend gambles all his money when he gets shot to death. ASMR.
Lots of money. If I win this right now, oh my god, I'm gonna be so rich, babe. Okay, let's do it. Big money, big money, big money,
big money,
big money,
big money.
Big money.
Nice AI poker card. AI everything.
No.
This feels like an AI voice too.
Give me my fucking money. Give me my money right now.
Oh my god.
You shut your fucking mouth!
Oh my god, Chad, I don't think he's getting shot. I think he's doing the shooting. There's even more. Clumsy boyfriend sinks cruise ship killing thousands.
Man, I love laying down, looking at the sky and the open.
Love when you get a pair of ATs of the W suit. Yeah.
No, the likelihood of the ship crashing is 0 to none. I mean, they're built like tanks. And besides, sweetie, listen. If anything happens, I'm here and I'll protect you.
Who makes these?
I don't know why there's a plug right here. I guess some staff might have dropped it. Let me pick it up for them. Hand it to one of the
This is a whole fake scenario.
This is so stupid.
It becomes like a Titanic thing. Who watches this, chat? Who watches this and says, I want this? And they say love is dead. Big money, big money. What is this genre of ASMR called? True ASMR. I record the truth. I record the truth. Is that a meteor? Oh my god, how does one come up with such fantastic ideas? Mommy ASMR ass. The second one could be a fantastic VA. That's because he's an AI. It's all over the screen. Okay, here we go. The boyfriend gambling. They're making me cackle. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's another one that I just found that's in the same list. Boyfriend falls down the stairs ASMR. What do you think is going to happen here? Okay, do you think they'll end up in like a coma? Who makes these?
You got any coal? I need to make torches. Oh shit. The food's here. I'll be right back. Bro, who the fuck left a banana on this stair?
Oh, this is so fucking stupid.
God, where am I? Who the fuck are?
This is so fucking stupid. I love this shit. I love that this stuff is actually like picking up. This all started. Okay, this all started from the actual genre. This is not what I wanted to show you, but like what I wanted to show you were the people who like tried to pretend to be a boyfriend and they would look like dolls and like stuff. I had the link somewhere, but I tried to search for it, but I couldn't find the like link. But I am happier that we found this. I feel like this is a much better find. IMO. What? Beating you with the fan, ASMR.
You ready? Okay. Embrace yourself, baby. Yep. It's working. It's actually working.
POV, you asked your boyfriend to help you with like bone smashing on a Saturday night.
Almost there. There we go. Babe?
Who makes these? Who makes these? Oh my god, here we go. This is a normal one. This is the one that I wanted to like show you all. Here we go. ASMR boyfriend cuddles you to sleep. This is the one that I wanted to show you. Like a normal one.
Oh, hey honey. You were home early tonight? Maybe. Okay.
See, why do you need a boyfriend when you just have this, right?
Hey. Ouch.
What the fuck is this? Wait, hand sounds and hand movements you won't chat. I feel like we've like entered the Twilight Zone of like ASMR stuff now. What's this? What is that? This is unintentional comedy, chat. This is unintentional. That's it! What does a boyfriend ASMR video have a gif of a dude getting cuddled by a baby, though? Maybe it's topical, right? Maybe it's really topical. Maybe it's from the POV, at like POV, your doctor disrespect. Your boyfriend is a cuddle monster. Boyfriend takes you out to eat, but the ops slide on him. It's so stupid.
Hey, that car looks familiar.
Oh shit! It's the ops! Get down, me!
You know you only deserve the best.
You're a gangster boyfriend.
Oh shit! It's the ops! Get down, me! Fuck! I knew I should have worn my shiesty. What the fuck? You got switches! Oh shit! Fuck! Move! Let me get my switch! Ah! I'm not dying like this, you.
I can't believe these exist, chat. I can't believe these exist. I can't show you the rest of what I just found because now there's like weird goop on people's faces. Why is there like, there's like cum on people's faces? What is this? All I searched was boyfriend ASMR. These are the top videos? My god. But yeah, this is like a whole genre of thing that's been slowly popping up. I wanted to show you the evolution to this because this is like the end game of this. But like originally it was like a very simple sort of like, okay, for the lonely people who don't have like a partner, right? You can do your boyfriend or your girlfriend. But then it eventually evolved into whatever this genre is, which is like very funny to me because like it feels like everyone's taking the piss out of it. But it's like there's still a very dedicated, I guess, like fan base for the very traditional ASMR stuff where somebody pretends to be your boyfriend / girlfriend and cuddles you to like sleep. But I do enjoy the variations on it, like the dying to a meteor one. This one is perfect. I think the meteor one was actually the best one. This alone, I think, sells the entire thing.
Hey baby, I miss you so much. My cutie patootie, my angel, my sweet summer. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Is that a
It's so stupid. It's actually so dumb. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you any more TikToks. I feel like my brain's rotting. I feel like I'm falling asleep to this stuff. So we're gonna move on to the actual fun stuff today. But before I do, I have an actual song to show you all that's not like a shitpost, okay? This song is one of my favorite songs out there. It's a really good song, actually. I really enjoyed this artist. I don't know if I've ever played them, but my list of songs says I haven't played them yet, but I also never update this list of songs, so let's see how it goes. It's not this song. This is just video game music. This song is a song by an artist named Dijon. Yes, Dijon. I don't know if he intentionally named himself like the mustard, but I know that Dijon is a real French name, so he could also be French. You never really know. All I know about Dijon is that it's a really good tasting mustard. And I knew somebody named it similar to Dijon. I can't say their name because that'd be weird. But everyone called him Dijon Mustard. But like he called himself Dijon Mustard. So it's apparently like a very common nickname if you have a name that sounds very similar to Dijon. And I can't say the name, but I think you can infer what the original name was. It's very, very, you know, like it's out there. This song is very, very nice because of the way that it goes. It's going to be a huge, I guess, like shift in format and shift in pace, but it's going to feel like a boyfriend ASMR coded song. It's a boyfriend ASMR coded song, and I think you'll like it. So please continue. You can actually thank Obama. You may recognize his name as one of the artists featured in Obama's summer playlist. So this is okay. There's a lot of lore behind this. I'm gonna give you the like lore drop. Okay, I'm gonna give you the lore drop. Obama, yes, that Obama. Every single year, don't worry. I'm gonna show you this video after. I'm gonna show you what this video is. It's gonna be very, very funny. Obama every single year would have a summer playlist. So he would have a playlist. Like imagine your plug for like the hottest summer beats being Obama, right? That's basically who Obama was. He would show up, give you like a bunch of really cool music and a bounce, right? Well, not bounce. He was the president. He had things to do. But imagine like Obama listening to that artist while he's like doing stuff and like telling people like, hey, we need to figure out what to do about the Statue of Liberty or something. Obama jokingly said he won a job at Spotify after his presidency. Spotify posted a job listing for the president of playlist. That's pretty funny. But yeah, it's a fascinating sort of look into sort of the, I guess, like people's minds, especially because you get such a close look at who these very influential figures are in terms of like the way that they go through music. However, I'm gonna say it. I knew about Dijon before Obama. That's right. Before Obama published this list, I already heard The Dress, and I was like, this is a banger song. And so I immediately saved it. And then he came out, and he blew him up. And so, like, good job, Obama, I guess. But listen, you want music? You come to me, all right? Don't go to the president. He doesn't know shit. I know what's going on, all right? But he featured another song of Dijon on the album called Many Times, which is also a really good song. I'm partial to, The Dress, because I really enjoy the way it sounds like, but the Many Times also sounds really good too. I'll play it for you actually right now. I think this is a good link. Is this a good link? No, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right link. There's a bunch of links that are like, especially because it's like it's a difference between like the link that I'll give you and the link that I want for myself, basically. Here we go. This is the song that Obama put on the list for him. He put his song Many Times, which is much more upbeat, much more fast-paced, which is still very enjoyable, but it's not exactly my taste for the stream, but does it really matter? You can shout out by Obama. That's kind of a cool thing. And I really enjoy this artist because you feel a certain flow from them, a certain groove that you don't really see from many artists. But it's specifically his type of flow and his type of groove that feels very, very interesting. Really, really good. Really, really, really good. And again, there's something interesting about that flow. There's something very interesting about the way that the music progresses and the way that it's juxtaposed by the how raw the lyrics are about like it's not exactly a happy feeling, but the way that they sing it, it just feels so like real. It feels good. All I'm trying to say is the song is really, really good, and you don't really expect it to like work very, very well. But when you listen to it and you just kind of like go with it, it really grows on you very, very quickly, like very, very quickly, and you start to sort of like get into it, if that makes sense. Your ESL ass just interprets vocals as another instrument. Okay, that too. I'm glad that somebody said that because I feel the exact same way. Maybe because I stutter, but a lot of the like time I don't hear words. I just hear I hear noises that are just also thing. You know what I mean? Like noises that are also sounds, which is why I enjoy rap a lot because in rap, in a way, you can kind of ignore the words. I know that sounds very sacrilegious, right? But like, listen to it like this, okay? This is a good example of how you can ignore the words and just... Harry Styles. Remember this guy from One Direction? He put music for a sushi restaurant on his list. There's a reason for that too. His choice of music is surprisingly good. And it's also interesting, I think, even if you have, whether you have positive or negative thoughts about who Obama is, because if you think about it, what's crazy is that he's a human being who likes the same things that we like, which is a very strange thing to think about, right? In the long term of like how you imagine these people sort of operate. I'm gonna kick the ads in now because it's about to happen and I can't snooze it anymore, so sorry. Well, not snooze it, but like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna go. But the interesting part about this stuff is that no matter who you are, we all kind of like share the same social fabric in the sense of like we consume a lot of the same content and we listen to a lot of the same things. And this list has some very interesting stuff in it too. For instance, did you know down here, like, for instance, when like Boy Genius' song "Not Strong Enough" was included, band member Lucy Dack is found with the words "war criminal." And again, it's just a reality that like the people that you may not necessarily want to listen to you as a creator are also going to end up, you know, watching your stuff and listening to your stuff, no matter what it is that they believe in, because content is content, right? They're going to consume and they're going to enjoy it. And so I think it's interesting, even if you hate the guy or you like the guy. I just think it's fascinating, to me at least, in the sense of like, I can't believe a president would like do this. And it's a very, very, I guess, like personal display of what they like to show and what they like to listen to and their personal interests. From a position that is often seen as like larger than life for obvious reasons. I mean, you were the figurehead of an entire nation. Arguably, you know, one of the more fascinating, not in like a good sense or a bad sense, just fascinating in terms of like a historical, interesting sense, nation. And then you seeing that being, you know, and seeing the person who sits at the head being personified as like a person, you know, showing their music. It's strange, very strange. So again, I linked the list somewhere in the chat. So if you like it, you can check it out. Again, despite everything, what he's like, you know, despite any opinion of what of a kind, because I want to avoid the politics of it, I do think a lot of his like music choices are really, really good. He's also very, very flexible with the genres too, which is very interesting as well. To see the amount of like different genres that he jumps in between too, is fascinating. Because again, Harry Styles in the same list as like Kendrick Lamar, I wouldn't have expected that. But it works. It works well when you think about it as a summer playlist. That idea of like summer being like a fun time to hang out. Also, let me catch up on the messages, sorry. The ESL song thing isn't limited to foreign languages for you either. Even in your native language, you need to put an active effort into listening to the lyrics. Yes. Even in my native languages, I have to put a lot of active effort to listen to it. It's just... I mean, to be fair, right? It's like that whole thing where if you give a dementia patient who was really into music, like a violin, they'll all of a sudden like regain a lot of their memory towards that time period. Like they'll just know how to play. Because music and the processing of music is a different part of your brain from like language. It's why it's so weird. And I think for the people who like have a lot of struggles with singing, they're trying to sing with their talking brain. They're not trying to sing with their singing brain, which is a very weird way to say it, but like when I sing, I don't sing with my talking brain. I sing with my singing brain. I just happen to mouth my words in a way that sounds like the lyrics. It's why I can sing songs in like different languages and like different accents and different locales too, because I hear the sounds. I don't hear necessarily the words. And you see this happen a lot too. There's a lot of artists where they'll, you know, kick into like a song. In Southeast Asia, If you play Hotel California, right? If you go to a karaoke bar and you get somebody to play Hotel California, they're gonna sing it in the perfect American accent. And then they start talking, and you're like, this dude has never spoken English in their entire life. It just happens. It's a whole different thing. May you ask what microphone I use? I just use, I don't know. Actually, I don't remember what it's called. Let me check. Let me check. But it's just a basic mic. I know. Okay, well, actually, wait. Is it on my Twitch page? It might be on my Twitch page here. It might be on the bottom at the FAQ. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just gonna slowly go over there. God, there's so many buttons to press on Twitch. Jeez Louise. Nope, it's not here. I'll put it somewhere. It's a Shure. It's a Shure. It's my Asian accent. It's really hard to say that word. I don't know why. Sure. It's my Asian and my weird Canadian accent too. But it's also not a Canadian accent, right? Here we go. The Shure. Okay, well, I'm gonna search it and I'll just show it here. Shure Beta. Are you a beta boy? This thing. I use the Shure 57A. I use this because my room isn't very sound treated. So this one has a hypercardioid pattern. So in terms of like volume, right? So in terms of like what you hear, the way this mic works is like this. You have your microphone. Ah! What's that white flash of? Oh my god. That was a repaint flash. Okay, that's a technology thing. Fuck it. This microphone doesn't pick up sounds like this. Usually most microphones, by like, depending on the pattern, will pick up certain sounds. Like a very, I forget the word for it, but there's a pattern where it's like all around the like mic. And so it's like this field of influence that like picks up all the sounds around it, like this. So even if you're behind the mic, you can still hear things. This lets in a lot of background noise, right? You have a cardioid pattern, which is more closer to like this. Which is kind of like this. And it kind of wraps around, but not really, where anything in front of it gets like picked up, but anything around it doesn't. And imagine this as like a 3D cone almost. It's like a cone on like a dog, right? The 57A, however, this one has a hypercardioid pattern. So the way this picks up noise is like this. And I can attest to this. This is me right now in the exact sweet spot, because my mic, I have a little like marker that tells me where to put my like mouth. This is me if I move even like, I want to say like 1 inch off. You see how different I like sound like? I'm like it sounds like I'm very far all of a sudden, but I'm only 1 inch away, and that's all it takes to like get out of like sync. It's why often you'll hear my voice kind of like dip around and sound more 3D. It's because I'm actually like moving away by like 1 inch by accident. I use this mic. It's a decent mic. I mean, you hear how I sound. You need treatment for it, but okay, I'll break down the mic. It's a good mic if you have background noise, right? Because you point it in a direction that picks up the least amount of sound. Whether this is vibration on your walls, somebody walking, vibration with your footsteps, vibration on your desk. You put it at a spot where there isn't much resonance, right? As in sound waves bouncing off of that part of your wall, okay? This is pointing across my face. It's going left to right at a diagonal angle, going towards my right shoulder, and going in an arc towards my like lips, right? So imagine that like line from my right shoulder to my lips. It then hits a corner of the wall where no sound ever gets reflected to, because it's a dead corner. That's a corner that isn't connected to the rest of the foundation of the house, so somebody walking upstairs or on the same floor won't like cause anything. And even if they do walk on the same floor, it's like a very hard basement floor, so it won't vibrate much. All the sound waves are being pushed out to the rest of the room, which is why when I do VR, you hear like a lot of echo. It's because it's going throughout the rest of the room. But it's why you don't hear echo when you use this mic, because all the sound waves are going out all the way out to the opposite end of the wall, getting effectively diffused once it hits the wall, and it loses energy as it bounces back. But by the time it bounces back, it collides with all my monitors, all my stuff, and it eventually dies out. Right? It doesn't even reach that like wall. It's why it sounds so crisp. But there's two sides to this, okay? This is an XLR microphone. I guess that's the term, I think. Which means it has this cable that like looks like this. So this microphone has like a head, kind of like this. Here, go like this. Fuck. It's like one of these heads that has like a triple slot in them. I don't know. It has like three. It has three. Is these three things in it? I tried to draw like a 3D thing, but I messed up. Yeah, like a Hydra. Yeah. You need an interface for this. I used to have this interface. The problem is that whatever happened with this interface, my interface's noise floor was very, very high. I'll get into what that means. So I switched from the Scarlett Solo to the Scarlett 2 in 2. For some reason, the noise floor on this thing is way lower, and it's nice because I can, you know, connect like my electric guitar to the second one, and I get to do both at the same time, which is like nice. Obviously, this is a different version from mine. Mine has like a different connector, but it still works roughly the same. Not gonna lie, the drawing looked inappropriate when you tap back to the stream. You guess this is your happy hippo moments. Yeah, I mean, it does look inappropriate. It looks like a Hitachi Magic Wand, a quote-unquote massager. Quote-unquote massager. But all in all, this is what I use. It's a pretty pricey setup, if you think about it, right? Because this alone in Canadian is 360, which in euros, it's like 5 euros, right? That's a lot. This microphone, 150 US, which is about 400 Canadian, which is about, I'm just kidding. But in total, it's about 400 to 500 Canadian, roughly total. But the alternative is you get a Blue Yeti and you blow your mic out constantly, which I kind of hated. However, it doesn't really matter what mic you use, okay? By default, dynamic mics in general, because they need so much gain from your interface to sound like anything, you have to push this bar all the way up. My bar is actually facing towards here, so my gain is maybe like 10% of the entire interface's total volume. Because of this, if you listen very closely to the silence, whenever I talk, you might hear a very, very small bit of noise. There is no fan in my room. It is completely dead silence. Listen very closely. Ooh, you hear that like almost like windy, almost like, you know, white noise in the background? That's the noise floor. So no matter what mic you have, you're gonna have to deal with certain things, right? Whether it's the noise floor or the fact that you're gonna distort and like, you know, blow the mic out as you get like louder, right? Like it doesn't really matter. You have background noise and like stuff. So what I also do is I use a VST. So by default, I turn this thing so low that I can never blow it out. So if I scream, for instance, I'm gonna go as loud as I can. This is as loud as I can go! Do you see how the sound doesn't sound like it's distorting? And it still sounds good? Because it's so low that even if I'm really loud, it won't blow out the microphone! So instead, I do this. I use a VST. VST is a, I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't know, a VST, visual, video, audio, sound, whatever tool, whatever thing. You set it up, and you set up a couple of FX things. I set up a whole bunch of FX chains. My compressor does most of the heavy lifting, but the noise gate also helps a lot too, because right now I'm snapping my fingers. Listen. So if I talk while I'm snapping my fingers, you can hear it, right? Like it's like there. But if I only snap, I'm still snapping. Same volume. The noise gate kicks in and you don't hear it. Wait, sorry, you don't even see the window for it. For the thing. Should I just show my whole screen? Is there anything like incriminating on my screen? This is my real address. There's a hentai game. Sure. But that's like a Steam sale thing. So can you really blame me? I'll just show my whole screen so you can see the thing. Display capture. That's good. Alright. But I use but I use a noise gate to get rid of those small sounds. But this doesn't get rid of your background noise. So, what I do is I tune the mic so low that it picks up very little noise. It's a hypercardioid microphone, so it only picks up noise in that very, very small section, as I drew over here, right? In that very, very small section, right in the front of it. Then, I compress the shit out of it so that my lowest part of my voice, because without the compressor, I sound like this. Okay? This is my normal talking voice. This is my normal talking voice, not on the compressor. This is how low it is. But if I scream really loud, it starts to show up a lot clearer, right? If I go really, really loud, you can kind of hear me. The compressor helps to bring this up to a reasonable level so that I don't have to scream all the time. It's a low makeup gain, basically. The compressor will take your highs and cut them all the way down by a certain ratio, by a certain amount, in order to keep them very, very low. My compressor is set to a very low threshold, but it never kicks in on my normal voice. However, I also put a bunch of makeup gain. In fact, I put 32 decibels of makeup gain. So, it pushes the low end of my voice up, like the very, very low volume portion of my voice up, but it compresses down the high volume stuff. And you can do this based on like frequencies and stuff too, but at that point you're using more of an equalizer than a compressor. This is just more of like this is like just for volume's sake. This only checks for like the decibels. And that helps a lot because when I scream, it sounds a bit quieter actually than my normal voice. And if I get really close to the mic and I start to talk really quietly, it starts to sound a lot louder than everything else because the compressor is bringing this up even more than it would bring up my voice if I was talking normally. Then the limiter for good measure. This is also why I sound so good on Discord and stuff. When I'm in like a video call with like someone, I use this to make sure that nobody gets their ear blown out no matter where I am. Because the problem that I had before was that I used to do this all in OBS. Because OBS has a bunch of like, filters and like stuff. The problem with that is that it doesn't carry over to other things. So if you do like a fun collab, or if you just play games like with your friends, right? My mic is tuned so low that they can't hear me. And when I scream, I basically go like 5 times the volume that I usually am. So it's helpful to have like a stable volume that sounds good no matter what. And obviously, fun things like a distortion fuzz. Which, what does it sound like? What does it sound like? Hello? Oh my god, that sounds disgusting. Delete that. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's what you're hearing. That's why I sound the way that I do. But it's primarily the compressor and the fact that like this is a hypercardioid. And also just being aware of what the noise floor of your device is. Because if you want to tune it to where if you scream into your interface, right, you don't get clipping or you don't get distortion. So this is your interface. You get little knobs here, right? You want to go to the point where if you scream into it, you are not distorting the shit out of it. You are not blowing it out, right? But you also want to go to the point where you're not getting only the noise floor. And the noise floor is a level of volume that you always hear no matter what, because it's electricity. As electricity moves through things, you get this like noise. And because it's like it's a piece of audio equipment that translates electrical signals to like an actual sound. What happens is that like baseline level of electricity flowing through the entire like piece of equipment is itself going to exhibit like some level of like sound, because that's how it works in the first place. There's a whole bunch of like more complex stuff behind it, but that's the gist of what is a noise floor. And so being aware of this, setting it not too low but not too high to where your voice is somewhere in the middle. This is probably the worst way to draw it, because this should be at the bottom. Actually, this is the bottom. This is the top. This is the bottom. Me. That's where you want to be, right, as a baseline. Then the compressor just works on like all of these to bring it, the lows up and the highs down until you're at like a reasonable baseline, basically. Yeah, exactly. I'm a switch in this case, yeah. Compressors alone do so much. Most consumer stuff is insanely quiet when streaming on Twitch and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, it can be louder, but for most people, what ends up happening is that if you tune it too loud, you like get the blowout. But if you tune it too quietly, then you don't get anything. So it's like, I don't necessarily blame people for it, because it's like, what do? You don't really have many options, right? So most people will tend to go more quiet when they tune it down, because they realize that when they laugh or something, it like gets really bad. But then this like causes you to get to the point where like you can't hear anything. A lot of consumer stuff also has no volume control for what you do. Like, most headsets don't have a volume control. And I don't know why. Also, most headsets look like a music note. Or like SpongeBob, about to square up on like someone. You never really know. But like most headphones don't have like a volume control for the mic. So by default too, like there's just no way to tune it to where it sounds good. So you'll always have a consistent volume too. It's why I switched over to this setup, because I really enjoy this. Again, I used to have like a different mic too. I used to have the SM58, which had more of a pattern like this. So this is the Beta 57A. 57A. And then I used to have the SM58, which, I mean, if you've ever done karaoke, listen, all shots to all my boss boys. I'm gonna stop saying that. All shots are my karaoke boys, right? If you've ever done karaoke, then you know this thing is a workhorse. Every single karaoke place has this. The Shure SM58. This thing is a powerhouse. You can drop this thing like so much and it'll never break. Famously, you'll see this a lot on like karaoke bars, but also even on some professional things too. Like Sufjan Stevens, he made a lot of music off of a Shure SM57, actually. A ton of it. This is, you know, kind of crazy when you think about it, because if you look at the Shure SM57, it's like an entry-level mic, which is like very nice. It's like primarily for the like just, you know, somebody wanting to make like a karaoke setup, right? And the SM57 is very similar, but the difference is this cap. It's like much further back. It's like here, come compared to up here. And so most people use it for instrumentals because it sounds slightly different. But they're good mics. Despite being cheap, they're very, very good. And you just need an interface that sounds good enough, that has enough controls for you, and at least to the point where your noise level isn't bad. The nice part is that Scarlett's stuff, well, the Focusrite line of like the Focusrite Scarlett line has a very low noise floor. I think the next best noise floor that you can get in terms of like an audio interface is like $1,500, and you need to have a very specific audio card installed in your PC to use it. Whereas this is just USB, so this has a lot of benefits. I've heard good things about the Rode one as well. I heard Go XLR was good until they stopped making the Go XLR, but I know the Rode interface is also really good too, from what I heard from like friends and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's true or not. So, you know, it's up to you to figure out. But it looks cool. There's a lot of, you know, fancy colors and stuff. But again, when you look at the price, let's get the Duo, okay? Because the Duo is the closest baseline for what. Well, okay. Let me find a good link first. Buy now. Sure, Music Red 1. Sure, let's go here. Yeah, this is a good. Wow, this is a good indication of like why I enjoy the Focusrite line stuff. Good. The Focusrite line of stuff, the Scarlett Solo stuff, you might think it's expensive, but the next best thing that you can get for it is a Rodecaster Pro Duo, which has the exact same features where you like get like, you know, to plug in like, you know, multiple things. It's $1,000. This is already in Canadian price. And you can buy the previous generation, which I got because I'm using the previous generation right now. You can get that for $200. So in total, you can get a full microphone setup for like $400 Canadian. And there's almost always a deal on these if you buy the interface used. You can get the interface used for like 150 to 120. So you're getting much more savings compared to this. So I think this is a good entry level thing. And it sounds good if you, again, because you need a VST no matter what you use anyways. Otherwise, it's going to sound poor. Like no matter what you do, you need a VST to make it work. It's honestly infuriating how a shit the baseline is for audio. You have a personal general gets a triple 3.5mm adjustments. Yes! They're broken by design yet dominate the market. Yes. They, I hate those jacks too. So the 3.5, these things. I can't show you the page, but I'll show you like an image, I suppose. These shits. Yeah, stuff with like, things with stuff like this just doesn't work, right? And it's frustrating to see that too, because it's like, this is sort of the like standard everywhere. But it's they dominate the market because it's simple. Yeah, the ones that combine input and like output. Yeah, like it used to be like the pink one for like mic input, and then the green one for your speakers. But it sucks that these dominate the market, but they are very easy to use, and every computer has them by default. I don't think there's any motherboard that you can buy, and any case that you can buy, that doesn't have like a whatchamacallit, like these jack inputs. I don't think there's a single one. When they're physically split, it's like fine, but the combined ones bleed over and nobody cares, apparently. Yeah. I mean, in general, the only things I've seen that have this interface seem like they're like the very, very low quality stuff that you, or like not the low quality stuff, but like the stuff that's like, it's like the Beats. It's like these things. Like nobody buys the Beats to listen to good music, or nobody buys the Beats because they think, you know what I mean? Like the Beats Studio Pro is overpriced for what you get. You can you can get a Sony WH-1000XM for like a fraction of this price, and you get noise canceling and really good audio quality, and it feels good on your ears still. But just doesn't have the like B logo. But this is sort of what I feel like is like the type of product that uses this. It's all towards it's all geared towards convenience and making money versus necessarily being like good, which is like annoying because the good options are there. Because for the price of a Beats by Dre, you can just get a Beta 57A and the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 or like a Scarlett Solo. But YMV, I had the Generation 3 Scarlett Solo. The noise floor was really bad. I think Generation 3 and 4 it's a lot better. Business-wise, Beats were fucking genius. They established headphones as a fashion accessory. Yes, as a fashion accessory. They could sell the stuff by standards nobody else was even competing in. Exactly. Well, nobody else until Apple sort of like saw that and made whatever their AirPods are. But AirPods at least have A, really good noise cancellation, B, they stick in your ear surprisingly well, and C, they're also very convenient, surprisingly convenient. If you have an iPhone and then you can use it at the same time, they're surprisingly good for the small form factor. But again, just get the Samsung ones for like a fraction of the price, or even get like a third-party one for a fraction of the price for the same level of like quality to an extent. At least in terms of hardware, but not software. But yeah, Beats by Dre was just a... Again, like anything that like, uses this, it feels like a more of a mug and play. My friend, you know Sweet Destination, when we played that game? Her headset sucks. But it's like her headset costed the same price as his mic. And it costed more than the interface would have. And she's bought 2 of them now. So she's bought the headset twice, and they both sounded like shit. But for the price of both of those, she could have just got this and my interface, and she could have sounded a lot better. But you hear it, every time I play with her, I hate playing with her. A, because it's like her. I'm just kidding. She's watching this now, actually. She probably hates this. But B, every time she laughs or she talks or she gets like slightly loud, which she always does, it blows the fuck out of my ears. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It sucks. So yeah, just that's my audio setup. You can get this yourself, and it's fairly good in terms of price. So it's decent. Evil, totally evil. I talk smack about them. No, but yeah, it's all in jest. It's all in jest. I'm just jesting with my friend. Genital jesting, genital jousting. Yeah, that's a weird game, by the way. Have you ever seen people play the game? Actually, you know, genital jousting is banned. Actually, so I was checking out the list of banned games. That game is banned, along with a bunch of other games, which is crazy to me because I remember that was like the hot YouTube game for a long time. Apparently, to be fair, Markiplier used to play Honey Pop like on YouTube with all the scenes blurred, and now you can't do that. Your channel would get closed instantly. Banned is, and you can't stream it. It's impossible to stream it. If you so much as stream it, you get instantly banned off of Twitch. It counts as like a strike. It's like, oh shit. It's all in the zest. But yeah, if you want to sound like me, honestly, just get Reaper. Okay, if you want to sound like me, just download Reaper. Set up your VSTs for your mic. Tune your microphone so that you don't sound so loud, so that you sit in this comfortable middle zone here, where if you scream as loud as you can, you have to scream as loud as you can. If you don't scream as loud as you can, you're not tuning it properly. You must scream so loud, and you do it, and you lower the volume on your thing until it stops blowing out. Then you just boost it up with a compressor. This is the only way to make anything sound good, and it doesn't matter how expensive your equipment is. Your audio plugins are gonna determine how good you sound. Because do you know Knowledge? You know how I play Knowledge's song all the time? That dude has some of the best audio equipment out there. I mean, his whole life is audio equipment. But you go to a stream and you hear him talk, and you're like, and you feel your ears like dying just a tiny bit, right? Because the truth is, no audio equipment is made for like a pleasurable hearing experience over a long conversation. It takes a lot of effort to make somebody sound good over a long conversational period of like time. Music is very different because when you're singing something, you can tune it all you want. There's a post-processing step. There's a whole bunch of steps for you to go through. When you do live work, it's very different. Your sound engineer, when you're doing live work and you're on stage, is fighting for their life to make you sound good. So it's worth it to spend time just to download Reaper. Or any VST. I mean, you can get any sort of like, you know, DAW of like any kind, right? You can get any DAW of any kind, whether it's Reaper or FL Studio. Or like even just the VST host, you can get Canterbuild Lite. But IMO in my testing between Canterbuild Lite and just using Reaper, I use Reaper because it's basically the same like usage in terms of like resources, but you have the actual interface of a good DAW. Whereas this is just a host where you just load the plugins in. You then set up a compressor plus noise gate plus whatever. These are your VSTs, and then you'll sound good. But until you do that, you'll still sound bad. So equal VS. And I highly recommend doing it within a DAW because honestly, doing it within OBS, while it's nice in OBS and you can use a VST plugin in OBS directly, it's nice to have it carry over when you do like stuff on Discord too, which is handy because then you just sound nice overall. It's also good for games where there's like in-game voice chat because then you don't have to like re-output your noise to make it sound good. Oh, you thought I meant that the game itself was removed from my storefront. No, it's still there, but you just can't play it on like stream anymore. I'm also a psycho who uses Voicemeeter. So here's the iPad back, chat. Here's your iPad back. I use Voicemeeter because I enjoy having multiple tracks. Okay, it's annoying to set up once, and it has a bug with Focusrite interfaces, but that's not a fault of Voicemeeter. It's just Focusrite interfaces suck. I've tried a physical mixer. And I've looked into the equivalent, I guess, like thing that you can get from a physical mixer with like different line in and line out inputs. And it's too expensive to make work. Basically, with a physical mixer, it's like $400. Then you gotta get like a sound card in your computer that can take in multiple inputs. So it's another like $400, $500 to like $1,000. Then you gotta like actually route everything over via Windows sound systems, via the Windows sound settings, which is like annoying. When you can just get Voicemeeter plus Ear Trumpet and you get 99% of the functionality for free with just a little bit more latency of like maybe like 10 milliseconds, right? So maybe not good to play Apex Legends with at like a high level, but it's only 10 milliseconds. Chances are your interface buffer size is what's going to kill you the most. Why does the iPad have a red nose? Can I add eyes to it? That's supposed to be a ketchup stain. I just took a screenshot of like a ketchup base somewhere. But I really enjoy Voicemeeter because of the ability for you to split things. I don't use any of the special effects on this. I think the special effects on this thing don't sound good. I think it's just a fault of like it's not a fault. It's just a fact that like you can't make it sound good because your time is being spent developing a virtual mixer. So there's no way that you can make a VST plugin that sounds as good as a company that is designed or that is focused on making these plugins. Like Reaper's ReaPlug set of VST plugins, right? Like that. It's just a reality that they're focused on a very different slice of what they're doing. But if you need a mixer to deal with things, this is very handy. IMO. A license is cheap too, it stays forever, and it's nice to have. And you get to do a bunch of things like route different things. So for instance, I route all of the monitoring, because I'm listening to the music at the same time as you, to a separate, audio output, which is then fed into my headphones. And this is why I can switch very easily from my VR headset mic over to my regular mic. And also why I can switch from listening on my VR headset over to my headphones. It's all a very simple procedure for me. It takes a while to get set up, but once you do, it's very handy. And I'll add more to these as I need more different outputs. But it's why, for instance, I can mute just the Discord side, but I can still talk to them. Or why I can listen to stuff on like games, or I can have like a video playing at the same time, but you can't hear it because it's on like channel 3, right? So it's nice. But yeah, this is all audio stuff. It's just audio stuff. Then and again, you can get like 99% of the time it's just hardware. It's just software. So get good software and you're good. But your hardware does at least need to allow you to control the volume. If you can't control the volume on your hardware, then you're kind of screwed. You should get something that lets you control the hardware. That lets you control the volume. It doesn't have to be as far as this. As long as your headphones has like a little volume slider on it for the microphone, that's all you really need. But I haven't seen a headphone like that in a very long time, so I don't know if they exist, unfortunately. Anymore, at least. They used to exist, but they don't exist anymore, I don't think. Pirate Software, for instance, uses the Blue Yeti mic, which I mean, if you know, then you know. It's a very interesting microphone. But I don't know about you, chat, but for $130, right? For $130, I think I'd rather just save up and get the two that I told you about for very cheap. This is in US, by the way. Oh, sorry, no, this is in Canadian, right? And this is after a sale. You also need to be aware of like what kind of mic you would use. Condensers sound different from dynamics. And don't believe in the myth of like, I know I tout the myth a lot, but it's just an easy shorthand. But the truth is, the way that your microphone picks up noise is that cardioid pattern. So look at the spec sheets. See how it picks up the noise, because they should have like a little thingy-mabob that shows you where the noise comes from. And then just try out the mics, because each and every single one sounds different. It makes you sound different too. Condenser mics sound a lot closer to what you sound like. Dynamic mics they each have a very unique sound to it. But in general, just be aware that like this mic, for instance, if you don't set the pattern correctly, you're going to hear a lot of noise from all around. But there's a button to switch it, thankfully. Which is nice, actually. That's the one thing that I do enjoy about this. There's a button to switch the like pattern on this, between I think like a full encompassing wraparound one, which I forget the name of, to at least a cardioid pattern, which is nice. Wait, has a Blue Yeti always been Logitech? No, I think they bought them out actually. At least I'm pretty sure. I think they bought them out at some point. Blue Yeti Logitech buyout. Yeah, here we go. They in 2018 they acquired them for $117 million, which is pretty nice. 117, Jesus Christ, $1 million. That's how much money they made from just selling microphones. God damn. Yeah, even a microphone like this could like work, but IMO, I find my setup superior because you can do a lot more with it. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because 99% of what you get is like from the VSTs. So you can get this and sound good too. Like Pirate Software also sounds good because there's another thing. I mean, remember my like tests where I stay within range of the mic, I sound like this. I move back like 1 inch and I sound like this, right? Like there's a reality that you just need to know how to use the microphone. When you learn to sing on stage for the first time, you go through a lot of training on how to use the mic. You also get this training if you also do like voice acting stuff. You learn very quickly how to use your microphone to do certain sounds very easily or very, very quickly, just so that you can still capture what you sound like. But how you work the mic is also just as important as how you tune the mic. So no matter how much you tune it, if you use it, like if I use it like this, right, it's gonna sound like shit no matter what I do, because it's just this, like it sounds awful, and there's like shit all over the place, and you hear like weird like noises. But if I use it like this, it sounds very, very different. It sounds softer, which is nice. Not as soft as it could be, but still softer. Hey, welcome. So, I mean, there's a lot to sound. Just know that like it's a combination of all these, okay? Just you get the microphone, choose your microphone. Doesn't really matter which, okay? I have a preference because I enjoy this, and also because I use these for karaoke. But if you don't need it for karaoke, just get like a Blue Yeti. Focus on this. Number 1. VST. Number 2, this. Tune your input volume. Number 3, think about the equipment. You can get very far even with a headset mic just by doing this. To the point where your blowouts don't sound as like bad because it's just pushing the noise down. You have a HyperX Quadcast. HyperX Quadcast. I never heard of that. You can't get it to sound as good as the other people who like have it. 100% play around with this stuff. Okay? Play around with this stuff. What you're going to need to do is focus on the noise gate and your compressor and your limiter. In your limiter, as a general rule of thumb, you can do like a 2.0 ratio. You set the attack to 3 milliseconds because you want it to like kick in immediately. Presumably, most every computer today should be fast enough to like work. Then you set the release to 60 milliseconds, and you just play around with how this sounds like by adjusting the threshold for the decibels of your compressor. That will get you 99% of the way there to sound better in your streams. So if you get Reaper and have it play, you should see an increase. you might see an increase. It all depends on how you use it. Again, it's frustrating because there's a bunch of like different levers that you can pull, but play around with it and you'll find that you'll sound a lot better than what you usually would, I think. Because the microphone, I mean, again, any microphone sounds like good. You just need to like play around with the various settings in like a VST to make it actually sound better. Because a compressor, this is like your 99%. This just filters out the 1% of trash, right? And then a limiter is just there so that, you know, you don't blow people's ears out. You know what I mean? Save ears, save lives. And I think it would help you a lot. But in general, yeah, this is nice. Again, though, it is not a zero overhead thing. You're gonna have to dedicate maybe 1 to 2% CPU time to it. So if you don't have a good computer, you may lag if you didn't run it. But I haven't found any issues at all. But again, why MV? So hey, Heb, welcome. We were talking about mics. Having seen corruption streams, you're grateful for limiters. Yeah, limiters help a lot. I mean, everything on my stream is limited to like a very. It's lower than my voice. Everything that you hear is limited to lower than my voice. So, but it's not limited for me. I didn't know how to do the thing where it's like it only limits, where it limits the same for the both of us, which is frustrating. I forgot how, but I just. Basically, the way it works is that Voicemeeter has like an insert where you can use it to then use that as your input device, and it'll apply VST stuff to it, and it'll push the sound around back into Voicemeeter, and then from Voicemeeter I can route it everywhere else. But you can't do that for like output. So I don't limit the output for myself, which means that sometimes I just die. Whoa, you said Heb and not chat. Someone's our favorite. No, it's because they streamed with me. You know what I mean? Like it's too late to call them chat. We literally heard their voice. Aye. You're on a headset mic, and compressor plus expander alone get you like 80% of the result. Yep. That's the word, expander. That's the word, expander. I mean, an expander is just like a... Whatever you do, never go in a sound forum and then be like, hey guys, how can I use a compressor and a expander at the same time, okay? Because they're gonna tell you, they're gonna be like, well, actually, Well, actually, a compressor and an expander are two sides of the same coin, and a expander is just a compressor in reverse. Can you please Google things before you come to this forum and become a helping vampire? You're causing all of us a major headache, and I can't seem to apply my limiter to your shitty forum posts, you fucking loser. That's what'll happen. So whatever you do, don't ask that question. Just know that, like, yeah, it's just, you can make it, most every single compressor out there, you can just, there's a little knob that lets you, like, activate the expander settings. It's why, when I speak quietly, I sound loud. But when I go really loud, I also sound really quiet. Well, actually... Well, actually. Yeah, this guy just looks like a pervert. This guy just looks like a pervert. Yeah. Peter Griffin! Yeah. That's just Peter Griffin. I'm sorry. You'll stream with me, XOXO. No, you can't. That was just a one-off thing, okay? That was just a one-off thing. Well, not a one-off thing, but it was just like... I mean, if you want to, sure. But it's like, I don't know. I'm down for collabs of any kind. I heavily discourage it because the ones that go through that, like, feeling of, like, fear, then it means that, you know what I mean? That they're very normal, right? I heavily discourage it because I try to filter out the first layer of parasocial parasites. Like, you know how, like, you have, like, meat, right? Like, imagine you have, like, steak. Like, imagine you have, like, steak, right? You get like a T-bone steak over here, right? And you get like a T-bone bone going to it, right? You get like a T-bone going to it, yeah? That's a good T-bone steak right there, okay? I filter out 99% of the parasites from this by cooking the steak, right? When you cook the steak, you get like most of the parasites out. Most of the parasites disappear, which is nice. What I do by discouraging collabs with viewers is because I'm trying to get rid of the 99% of the parasocial parasites that live within the the steak. Then what you get is a delicious T-bone steak. You really are a favorite? No. I'm just well, not like a favorite. Listen, I don't play favorites, right? It's like children. It's like children, right? When you have children, you love them all equally, right? This is me. When you have children, you love all your children equally. Sure, some of your children may be more successful, may give you more money, and may actually, you know, want to buy you gifts and stuff. And your other kids, you have to make sure that they don't die on a daily basis, even at the age of 29. But you still love them all equally, right? That's you, chat. I love you all equally. There are no favorites here. I just recognize that some of you are more trouble than you're worth. I'm just kidding. You were thinking Johnny Bravo before the outline. Yeah, before the outline. I kind of butchered. You may notice that my art skills are limited. I don't know if you can tell this, chat, but my art skills are extremely limited. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I feel like it's very obvious that my art skills aren't up to par. Yeah. The outline of the face. This is the outline that you do when you don't know how to draw a face. You did ask the collab. It wouldn't be like let's play Minecraft on a personal server, but you get where I'm coming from, homie. Yeah, I know. But even if you, I mean, I'd be down for that too, just because I like Minecraft, right? But it's just a reality that like I want to filter out like 99.99% of people, because then the ones who like really want to just do it, they're honest about their intentions by this point. Because then it's like, okay, you've passed the filter. You know I'm not gonna take bullshit, so you might as well be like honest with me, and I can figure out, okay, like you just want to try it. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's how it worked with like Heb, right? Heb and Athel and stuff. It was just like a spur of the moment, and then, you know, they passed the filter. They went into the cooked steak, and then they were just like, hey, do you want to like play Monster Prompter? And it's like, cool, it's fun. And they had no. This is the thing, right? When Heb emailed me, they didn't go, hey, I'm a big fan of yours. I really want to talk to you. I want to hear your voice in the private. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, I have an idea. Dangerous, I know. Do you want to play Monster Prompter? It's like, yeah, sure. It sounds fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very different vibe. You know what I mean? But the Minecraft is fun. It's so fun. I actually really love Minecraft. But Minecraft is that game where it's like, you have like 2 weeks of the entire calendar when you want to do it, right? So Minecraft is like, you have like 2 weeks of the entire year where you're like, okay, it's time to play Minecraft. This whole 2 weeks is Minecraft. And then every other day is like a normal stream, right? But for 2 weeks, you like get it. And then you never play it again until like, you know, 2 years later, which is basically, we're almost at 2025, chat. And I still haven't played Minecraft again. Our playthrough just kind of stopped. So we need to figure out what to do. I do want to like finish the game, but I don't know. I got bored of our world. But I do have a new idea for what to build in the game. The problem with the Minecraft, right, is that you need a lot of creativity to make use of that game. But I want to spend my creativity on like other things. Like I want to spend my creativity on like doing like, I don't know, like a VI chat world, which I am still doing it. I have a really cool design. I've been doing like architectural designs. I know this is weird, but when we do the VI chat reading stuff, you're gonna like the world. I think I narrowed down the design that I want because I basically just made my dream home, but in the form of a VI chat world where I get to give you like an oratory speech, where I get to give you live oral, right? It's great. Start with a joke, makes it more relaxed, which was what you were going with, but a nervous thing to do. I know it's very hard. I commend you for doing it, and thank you for doing it because it was fun. Because you know me, I would have never done it just because like I'm also very nervous. But thank you, I do appreciate it. It was fun. So yeah, if you want to try to pass the great filter, you can. But I'll sniff you. I'll sniff you. I'll sniff you out. I'll know if you're being weird, Chad. I'll know. I'll sniff you out immediately. You think you're safe? No. I know when you're being weird. I give you live oral. Yeah, I give you live oral. The VI chat world is going to be amazing. The VI chat. So this is the plan for the reading. Okay. VI chat. This is for the VI chat reading world. Okay. This is not for the VI chat community hangout, which we will plan eventually. Very soon, actually. Also, I forgot to mention, I didn't update it yet, but the book club is being pushed back by like 2 weeks. So end of August is for the book club. So you have 2 more weeks to read everything, right? The VI chat reading world, it's gonna be like me over here, you, all of you in your seats over down here, or something, or like all across the entire building, and you're all gonna be listening to me reading you stuff. Live oral. Live oral. It's live oral. Right, you need to install this thing. You want that live oral. But again, just it's not ready yet. So just give me like, I don't know. I need time. I need time, chat. I need time. Yeah, live oral, exactly. A live reading. So live reading / live oral. No, not to AURAAL. Wait, let me bring back the iPad. Where's the iPad? Not an AURAAL oral. No. Live equals live oral. If you've seen the Dead Poets Society involving Robin Williams, starring Robin Williams, then you know what a live oral is. That the Dead Poets Society is a movie about performing live oral with your friends. Chat on screen. We have the iPad. The iPad's here. Oh, cool! Streamer gave us the iPad. Yay! He's a stupid like sauce crusted like ketchup stained iPad. What do you think is the deal with the Fermi paradox? I don't know that. It'll be oral for me, oral for you. What games do I have on the iPad? Only Subway Surfer. And whatever that other game was, the Evertail game, the one with the weird ads. Oh, I know what game is on the iPad. Do you guys want to see? It's this game. It's this really good game. You'll love this game. Where is it? Wait, sorry, the thumbnails need to load. My SSD has been going slow. Where's the video? 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 Okay, well I had a video somewhere. But yeah, it's gonna be like what the fuck is the video? What the video? What the video at? What the video at? What is this? Why do I have this? Why do I have this video?
What's wrong, Ronald Coon? Could it be your craving by McNuggy?
I don't know why I have that. I don't know why I have that video on my hard drive. I don't know why I have that on my hard drive. I don't know why I have that. Just know that it's there for a reason. The frame paradox is scary, man. It really makes you think. You hate how you know what this is from the first frame. The iPad needs more cracks and scratches on it to be more realistic. I tried. You know this? How do you draw cracks? Here, we'll add the iPad. I don't know. It seems hard to draw cracks because like the way you draw cracks, right, is you go like this, right? But it's like, how do you do it? Like what looks good and like real, without looking too cartoony? There is finger smudges, not fungus smidges. There is finger smudges though. Do you see the finger smudges? Chat? Me. Yes, this is your time, chat. Look, do you see the finger smudges over there on the right side, under my thumb? It's a bunch of like fingerprints everywhere. More dead pixels. The classic fungus smudges on iPads. Does anyone else hate it when the mushrooms grow? When the mushrooms are speaking to me? Look, chat. Don't you feel like you're in an interrogation room? They need to be straight lines and coming from one spot. From one spot? Yeah, I guess it works. Wait, I need to undo this. Go back to your corner, chat. No, don't play that again. No, I undid too many things. Sorry. Okay, yeah. It's like this. Something like this. You know, like that. Something like that. But the problem is that, like, I don't know. I'm just bad at drawing, so I'll wait. What's the Fermi paradox? The Fermi paradox is the discrepancy between the lack of conclusive evidence of advanced extraterrestrial life and the apparently high likelihood of its existence. As a 2015 article put it, if life is so easy, someone from somewhere must have come calling for them. Oh, isn't this... Yeah, this is the, like, Dark Forest thing, right? Where it's like, because we don't know, and so there's like a bunch of theories about like the aliens are probably out there, but it's like a dark forest. No one wants to make noise because they don't want to be found and like eaten. It's like an extension of the Fermi paradox, right? Where are they? Yeah. Well, I know where they are. Under the sewers of New York. They're the sewer people. Yeah, if you have a HyperX Quadcast... Sorry to bring it back. You have a HyperX Quadcast? Do this. Okay, if you want to collab, you must make it past the Great Filter. And then if you want to... And then when we do the VR chat stuff, we'll be doing this. At some point, okay? At some point, we'll be doing live oral. Just, I don't know when. I also don't mean... Actually, there is one game. If there are any streamers in this chat, if you want to raid with me, if there's any streamers in this chat, back to work. Back to work. Oh, this isn't me. I'm getting out of here. Back to work. If you ever want to, if you want to do a raid in Rapid and Steel, please let me know. I've been playing this in story mode. It's so fucking good. Kind of. It's like really good. I've only played like the first two, but it's really, really good. But solo is not the same. I had a glimpse of it in terms of like co-op, but it's hard to get people going. Basically, this is like a 2D raiding game. So it's actually like a full-on like complex raiding gameplay. That's co-op, and everyone has their own role because it follows the Holy Trinity. You have your tank, you have your DPS, and you have your support. And everyone has to play to their role for us to win. And the bosses are like insane. Overwhelmingly positive, by the way. And not a hentai game because I'd open it up on the site, right? Can I? Yeah. Look, there's different classes. It's all rabbit girls, and there's more to come. I love Cub. So good. You gotten this recommended to you, but you don't feel like coming to a game that nobody else was going to play with you anyways. Well, what is that? Sorry, the autoplay. Sorry. You see, again, there's a limiter, there's like mutes for you. You guys don't hear anything. I get like sound blasted constantly. Well, now you know. I've been waiting to play this game with like something. I try to convince my friend to play this, but he's like, my brother in Christ, I have a child now. He's like, I have a child now. I can't play these games anymore. I'm like, don't talk to me like you're having a child stopped. You still play MapleStory. My friend takes photos of him holding his baby in one arm, his other hand on the keyboard playing MapleStory. I'm like, if you can do that, you can probably play this too. I won't get mad at you. I won't get mad at you if you fail to like tank first. But they always do it. They always say, no, I don't have time. I've got kids now. What? Hello, mod. I don't know why I said like that. Sorry. I meant to sound more enthusiastic, but we've been going... Oh my god, we've been talking for 2 hours. I mean, we just went through like music, and then we went through like this. So we've been talking for like 2 hours. What did I say? I said we're going to start games, right? And we just never started games. But yeah, just like I tried this. I think this game is gonna be a banger. The problem is that you need a committed group of people who are willing to like try raiding it in game for at least like 1 hour. So if you're down, let me know in Discord if you're down. Okay, I'm gonna post it. It's on the games list in Discord, and the games list in Discord is like massive too. So whoever wants to raid with me, react with yeah. You're rated in WoW. Does this carry any weights? Yes. I'm gonna ban you from my server. Disgusting WoW players. Time to ban you. But yeah, no, I don't think it's rating like on that level. It just it just has emphasis on the conceptuals of rating and not like the actual mechanics. You know what I mean? Like it has the mechanics, but it's like it has its own unique set of mechanics, but it's focused on the idea of like cooperation, teamwork, and trying your best to be like dynamically excel at like things, right? That's the key. What is that emote? Disgust. Disgusting WoW players. Oh, how dare you come here and say you used to play WoW. Oh no, chat, there are too many messages that the bot has woken up. So the bot wakes up now if there are more than 5 messages every like, couple seconds. If there's a lot of messages flowing through, then the bot wakes up and starts to say some deranged things like skibbity, edge, riz, oil up. I don't know why the bot doesn't respond to that. Let me fix that. Ah! My ears, Jesus Christ. You didn't say you currently write. True. True. Okay, fine. You're safe. Let me see why the bot doesn't respond. What if I do it? He's dead. The bot's dead. We'll do this. Oil up. Oil up. Wake me up inside. Guys, it's dead. I think the bot's dead. Why does it respond to the oil drum? Well, I feel like that's a lot harder, no? There we go. Okay, I just made it respond to anything that starts with the word oil. But for some reason, it responds easier to the oil drum emoji than the thing. Okay, please don't... You've been spanked. All of you are being spanked. If I could time you out for saying that for 5 seconds every single time, I would. But the bot doesn't let me time you out. So I'm gonna make my own bot that times you out, and then it'll increment like a counter of how many times you've been spanked too. It's perfect. Oil up, oil up, oil up. Everyone oil up, we're going in. Before we do though, before we go in, there's one thing that I want to show all of you. One more ASMR girlfriend video for the road. One more ASMR girlfriend video for the road.
Hey, bestie. Are you in there? Bestie. Where are you? I'm here. Open up. Open your door.
They're trying so hard to make the ASMR thing work.
Bestie. I hope she doesn't wake up.
This is deranged. This is actually deranged. We're gonna start gaming now, okay? No more talking. We're gonna go right into today's game. First game of the day. As the ads kick in, I might as well use the washroom. I'm gonna be right back from the washroom. And we're gonna go into an actual game. React stream. I refuse to become a React Andy. Never ever insult me ever again by calling me a React streamer. But you're right. I have been reacting the entire time. The ads are gonna kick in. I'll be right back in just a moment. I'm gonna use the washroom. When we're back, we're playing some Kenshi, okay? Everybody that has showed up today, you're in luck. You're all gonna join inside the game. I'm gonna make you a character. Let's see how long your character survives, because last time, most of you lost your legs. BRB. Sorry about that. I was feeding my computer spider a beetle. I don't know how to explain this. So there's just a beetle that was just around. So I have a spider that's taken up refuge. It's a daddy long legs beside my NAS. So I just gave it like a beetle to eat, like a small beetle. It looked happy because it immediately went for it, and it's still eating it now, which is nice. So sorry about that. You love Kenshi, but you can never play it yourself. Yeah, it's hard to play by yourself unless you're really into that type of like game. It's dissimilar from RimWorld, where there's always something interesting happening. The game has a lot more, like, you need to seek out the interesting moments by moving around. It's more of a simulation than it is like a sandbox that has stuff happening to you, basically. Playing games is technically React content. You know, you're not wrong, and now you're a mod. No, I'm just kidding. What song is this? What song was on 5 minutes ago? I don't know. This is just a random game playlist that I have, so. You can search up Freddle's relaxing game playlist. Or here, you can go for this. You can go for this. You can also go to VIP VGM as well. I like VIP VGM a lot, actually. It has a lot of good collections of like songs, but don't share that link around too much because it's kind of like a, as far as I can tell, it's like an underground secret, and they get mad if you share it too much. But I don't really care. But it's more of an underground secret. How far into the video am I? I have no clue. It's all on, it's all on OBS. So, but let's go into the game. Give me a moment to set things up.